I'm getting 4 of those. They're paying $3.70 a loaded mile, going like almost 500 miles. So it's pretty decent rate. They did require a 53 step deck for this load, but we found out we can't even put that on my step deck. And it's going from this plant to another plant. It's like they're shipping it to themselves. They're just moving it within their little ecosystem. So they said, screw it. We're not gonna put one up there. So really a 40-foot Hotshot could have taken this load. My bottom deck's only 43 feet. So all right, guys, so if you are in a loud place, if you want to get somewhere that it's quiet, no distractions, this is gonna be a high frequency math video, okay? To understand how much money I made during a bad week of Hotshot, you're gonna have to focus. And I'm gonna try to break it down as easily as I possibly can, okay? There's a couple of things that you need to understand and numbers that you have to have. So you have to first know how much money you grossed for the whole week. Then you need to know how many miles you drove. When you divide the two, that will give you your rate per mile. In this video, it comes out to be, now I'll just give you the numbers right now. We grossed $5,600. We drove 1,900 miles, 1,934 miles. And when I divide the two, that comes out to be $2.89. Okay? So Stu, why? Because I've heard you say in other videos, okay, that your average was $2.34. On the odometer right now, every single mile I got paid $2.34 for. How come this is a bad week of Hotshot and you made $2.89 rate per mile? That's not my profit. That's the rate per mile though. So it was a bad week because I didn't drive a lot of miles. So my rate per mile is higher, but my total amount of money that I've made is lower. So for example, if someone loads up and they get $200 to drive 20 miles, right? That's $20 a mile. Because they're staying local. They're gonna have a higher rate per mile. But the name of the game is to make as much money as you can in the course of a week. So they went to their trailer, hooked up, loaded up, drove to the destination, unloaded, drove back, unhooked. That took all day. People want their stuff loaded in the morning, not the afternoon. So meanwhile, person B, in comparison to me, who's person A, person B got $20 per mile. They got a higher rate per mile. But I would rather be person A getting a lower rate per mile, but driving 10 times the amount of miles because I'm making more profit in the course of that day. So it's kind of a balancing act between driving a lot of miles and getting the best rate per mile. In this video, I did not partial out my trailer at all. I picked something up, I dropped it off. I picked something up, I dropped it off. I picked something up, I dropped it off. No partials. But I did have good rates per mile the whole week. So if I didn't already say my numbers, let's go over it one more time. $5,600 was my gross when you add up the $1,300, the $1,200, the $1,300, the $1,800. okay? Then I divide that by the mileage that I drove, which was, if you add up these miles on my Excel spreadsheet, it's only going to be coming to like 1,400 and something, 1,412 miles. But if you go over to this Google map that I have set up, from my house, and then I mapped out my whole entire route, it's 1,934 miles, because that accounts for all of the mileage in between the when I drop something off and then going to my next pickup. So now I have 1,934 miles. So when I divide the 5,600 divided by the 1,934 miles, I get $2.89 per mile. So every mile I drove, I was getting deadhead or loaded, I was getting $2.89. Now my cost per mile is $1.44, and I'm gonna update a cost per mile video. I'm gonna make a new video here shortly, probably in January 2024, because I want everybody to understand their cost per mile, okay? Don't just understand, oh, it's gonna cost me this much in fuel, okay? You have DEF, insurance, equipment, factoring, load boards, oil changes, tires, if you stay in a hotel, other maintenance that I didn't even go over, tolls. There's so many other expenses. If you advertise your company, so you have to understand the whole entire expense pie to get your cost per mile. Mine is $1.44. So we're going to subtract $1.44 from the $2.89 that I raked in per mile. Gross divided by mileage was my rate per mile, $2.89. $2.89 minus my cost per mile is $1.45. The $1.45 was my profit. Now it's like, how is this a bad week of Hotshot when I normally get paid 90 cents? Because if you go back to one of my last videos that I did, I think I titled it like $76,000 in 69 days. My profit, which is on the Excel spreadsheet right here, was 90 cents per mile. I want to subtract $1.44 from my average rate per mile is $2.34. And that gets me to 90 cents per mile profit. Okay. This is $1.45 per mile. Why is that? How come it turned out to be bad? Well, because I only drove 1,934 miles. Now, how much did I make? How do you get that number? You get that number by multiplying your profit per mile, which was $1.45, times the amount of miles I drove, which was 1,934 miles. 1,934 times $1.45 comes out to be $2,804. That's how much money I made in my bad week of Hotshot. That number is lower than all the other weeks. That's my profit number. That's not how much money I grow. I grossed $5,600. I did have a good rate per mile week. But when I'm out there, I want to make more than $2,800 a week. I'm out there risking my life on the road. There's a lot of road fatalities. It is a very dangerous job. You're away from your family. If you have kids, you're away from your kids. Okay? If you have stuff going on at home, you can't do that. You can't run errands at home. You're out on the road. Okay? It is very unhealthy to be in a truck. So you better be going to the gym. If you want to be a truck driver, you have to go to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym, then don't be a truck driver. It will take a toll on your cardio, on your heart, on your veins and your arteries, okay? I'm not super overweight, but I can feel it. And I combat that by going to the gym. And I need to go to the gym more often than once a year. So I'm working on that. Back on track, I made $2,800. That is lower than all my other weeks. My next week, okay, is going to be a good week of Hotshot. It's not going to be a series. It's just going to be probably one video. If I can't fit it in one, maybe two, but you're gonna see what a good week of Hotshot looks like. And I encourage you to stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you do want to get into Hotshot, you can do your own research on the internet about what paperwork to fill out, how to get insurance, apportion plates, not pay sales tax, go get your CDL, all that stuff. I do have all that information on my website, babylionhotshot.com, but I realize people in the comments are all pissy that I made a course. I made it easy for people to get into the Hotshot industry. If you wanted to, you are not forced to purchase the course, but it will save you weeks worth of research and time to get into the Hotshot industry. And it will tell you exactly what you need to do and what is important and what is not important. But with that being said, guys, I hope to see you in the next video. I hope I bring value to you. If you like this video, please click the like button. It does help the channel and this video get out to more people, and that will help more people make decisions whether Hotshot is a good decision for them or not. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Peace.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel?